So first step, head over to GFactored.com. So let me just log out. So head over to GFactored.com and then click on sign up. Fill this form. So your first name, last name, username, email, and then your password. Accept the privacy policy and then click on register. Once you register, you'll be redirected to your login page. So let me just simulate that. So you'll be redirected to your login page. So here, and then click on dashboard. So once you click on your dashboard will appear like this, but you won't have the instructor tab. So you won't have this section over here. You will just have this section up to here. So what I want you to do, up here, you will see become an instructor. Click on it. It will be a button like this one. This one, become an instructor. So click on it and then you'll be able to just click become an instructor, and then I'll receive the request to become an instructor and accept you as an instructor. Once you are an instructor, uh, if you want to add a course now, what you'll be able to do is just come here and click add a new course. So up to there, then click add the course title, the course slug. The course slug is how the URL will be shown up here. So if the course slug is new course, up here it will be gfactor.com new course, like that. So let's say, for example, here the course is something like huh, learning on So if that is the course name, so the course log, right, sorry. Okay, planning on G factor, the course log here, it will be uh planning. So you can put something like planning and then hyphen on hyphen G factor, and everything will be in small letters like this. So the course description, I think you understand what is a course description. So just put in a description. And the more time you spend on this, at least the better chances you will have of actually people finding and actually buying your course. So put a detailed description of what your course is about. And then the maximum number of students, leave this at 0 so that anyone can enroll. Difficulty level, you can have all levels or beginner, intermediate, or expert. So select the one that applies to your course. Most of the time, if you want maximum participants, you can have it at all levels. And then leave this as unselected. And then this one, the Q&A, leave it on so that people can ask questions and you can respond, or other members can also be able to respond. Then language, you can choose English, French. I can add more languages. So it's English category of the course, depending on what you want to do. You can have appetizers, arts and design, digital tools, graphic design, web design. So, and you have like a long list. If you find something is not there, you can text me and then I'll add something inside there. So for me, I can select something like this. I can also select this. Yeah, so it depends which category do you want your course to be. So this will help in when people are searching for your course, they can find it easily. Maybe someone is searching for something to do with arts, someone is searching for something to do with mathematics, they can find it easy. So the course you are creating, is it free or is it paid? If you want it to be free, you can leave it at free and anyone can enroll without paying anything. If it is paid, then you can put the price. So you can decide to just put a regular price. Let's say, for example, you want this course to be $70, or maybe you want to give people a discount. So from $70, maybe you want to give a discount for it to be $50. So yeah, something like that. And then the course thumbnail, this is what people will be seeing on your course. So for example, if I open an incognito window, so if I go here and then I scroll down to the courses, so this is now your thumbnail. This is what people will be seeing. So if you see like the one that I'm still creating, it's here and it doesn't have an image because I've not put an image to it. So you see, this is what, and the better the image, the more advertising the image, the faster people will be able to click on it. So you see, you can be able to click depending on what you want. So the image will also be your selling factor. So find an image that you feel like it will really sell. So for example, I can select something like this, maybe. So yep, something like that. It depends what you want, what you're working with. So select, and then that is now what people will be seeing. And then the video. Do you have an introduction video to your course? Most of the time, it is really recommended for you to record an introduction video so that people can see, like this is before someone purchases your course, they can see you, like maybe hear your voice, maybe know how you are teaching or giving them an overview of like what they are to expect, or just an introduction, explaining to them who you are and what you do. So it's just a short introduction video, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes. So you can either upload the video directly here, but I'd recommend you upload the video to YouTube and then just come and insert here the YouTube link just like this, and then people will be able to see. So and then moving down, you have the course builder. So this is where now you'll spend most of your time. So adding a topic. So let's say, for example, the first part we want is maybe you want your course to be in terms of sections or or units or whatever you feel like. So maybe I can say this is section one. Section one. Here, maybe you talk about the overview and whatnot. And for me, I can generate content using um, the AI. So just click here and maybe say, this the introduction, the overview. So something like this. So you can decide exactly what you want to write. So even here, try to be as detailed as possible so that anyone who is enrolling in your course has all the information they need. So click on add topic. So you see it's section one. Now you can be able to add your lesson. So click on add lesson, and then so let's say here this is now lesson one or introduction. So it depends on you. What do you want to write? The lesson content. So here is where now you can put the notes for the lesson. So you can upload, you can write anything here. So like that. So having something like this, so you have all the notes that you want your students to go through. They come here. You can also include an image that will represent that section. So maybe I want the image that will represent the section to be something like this. And then the video, if you have recorded a video for that lesson, or you have created a video, maybe you used the notes you had and then you created a video. So you can also come here and put the YouTube link. So like this or something like this, and then you can decide how long, when you are looking at the YouTube, how long is it? Is it like 1 hour? Is it 29 minutes? Is it okay? You put depending on the length of the video. And then if you have other attachments, let's say for example you have notes or exercise files or other things that you would like students to access during this lesson, you can include them here. So you can upload whatever you want your students to. It can be an image, it can be a PDF, whatever. So you can include everything you want your students to have access to in this lesson. And it depends how many you can upload as many as you want. So once you are done with that, you click on update lesson and the lesson will have updated. So you can continue adding more lessons in section 1 until you feel like you've done with section 1. At the end, maybe you want to add a question. So adding a quiz. So this is a quiz. So what would you like to ask your students? So maybe this is type your quiz title here. Maybe this is the quiz for section 1. And I want like a summary of this information. I can include the summary or exclude the summary. So uh, okay, and then save and go next. And then now you can be able to add your questions. So when adding your questions, so you can add your questions. At the moment, it is a little bit limited, but that is expected. This is not a full-fledged questioning system. So it just gives you like some of the simple questions you can be able to ask, which is true or false, single choice questions, multiple choice questions, open-ended question, fill in the blanks, short answer, matching, image answering, and ordering. So out of this, I think you can be able to find something that you can ask your students to answer. So just choose which one you want and then go ahead. So for me, was this helpful? I choose something like multiple choice. So in my multiple choice, I can add first of all a description for this question. I want first of all this question to be required. The students, it's a must for the students to answer the questions to go ahead. And then how many points will they get if they answer these questions? You can decide whether 1 point, 2 points, 5 points. It's you to decide. You can decide whether to show the students the points for the question or hide like that. And then the description, it's optional. If you want to give students more information about the question, you can include it there. And then the answers. So you can add an answer. So here, maybe the first answer is yes. Was this helpful? Yes. And then I get the answer. The second answer probably would be no. You can even add an image or text an image at both so that in case for something like biology or subjects where you need to answer with images, things like those, students can select the image or depends on what you want. So the second answer for me maybe will be no. Date answer. Maybe the third answer will be maybe updates. And then maybe I want to include a final answer. I don't know. Then update. And then since you are now creating answers, you need to select which of the answers is correct so that when the system, when students are answering the questions, the system automatically like grades the question and just gives you what they got. And it is an immediate feedback also to the students. So for me, I'd want to select like all of these are correct answers because you might find someone who says yes, someone no, someone maybe, someone I don't know. So you can add like this, and then you can maybe create a follow-up question like why? Hmm? Why did you give that answer? So with this, I'm done here. So add question. And then in the settings here, you can, this is the first question, you can add other questions. So let's say, for example, I add another question, why answer. So here I can choose maybe for them to enter a short description. So this is required, 1 point. So you can give them more information. like this. So then add a question. So now you have two questions. You'll answer the first one and then the second one, just like that. Then save and next. And then how long will the quiz take? So you can include a timeline. If you put the timeline at 0, the students can even spend a whole day answering the questions. If you include the timeline at maybe 20 minutes, it will only last for 20 minutes. If they have not finished the question, the questions that they answered will be submitted, and that is what they will get. So quiz feedback, so you can have it at default mode. So once the student finishes the questions and the correct answers will be shown, or reveal mode, once a student finishes a question, the correct answer will be shown to see if they got it or not, or retry mode, where now the student will go through all the questions, and then if they did not hit the pass mark, they'll be able to retry again. So, and with this mode, you can be able to send how many times the student can retry before they get the correct answer. I think we've all gone through this. So most of the time you find maybe 3 times, or you can go even 20 times. So like that. Then passing grade. What is the passing grade for this questions or this section? Is it 80%? Is it the kind of percentage you want? You put. And then maximum questions allowed to answer. So if you have more than, like, let's say you have 20 questions in this section and you only want students to answer like 10 or maybe 5 questions, or they can be able to select the number of questions they will answer, you can include here the maximum number of questions that the students will be able to answer. In advanced settings, you can select if when someone finishes reading the section, immediately they finish reading, the questions will start, or you can leave it as disabled so that they can start the questions themselves. The question layout, so will it be a single question, or will they see the question in a pagination mode, such that they can see at the top of the question, they can see how many questions are left. If you put single questions, they will not know how many questions are left. If you put pagination, they will see how many questions are left. Or if you put questions below, they will be able to read the other questions and know how many questions are left. So you can select that depending on how you want it to be. And then the questions, do you want them to come in a random order? Like, let's say, for example, you are giving out questions where you want it to be something that students will really ponder over it, and you want to know their standing level. You can set the questions to random so that this student knows, okay, this is my first question. When they ask another student, what was your first question? The other student, no, this is not the first question. My first question was like this. So it becomes harder for the students to cheat if that is something you want to avoid. You can make them in, you can sort them, you can put them in ascending or descending order. It all depends on you. So you can decide how you want your questions to be. So you can decide for it to be random, ascending, descending, or sorted. So question numbers, you can decide to hide the number of the questions. That is self-explanatory. And then characters, when you have included, like, let's say, for example, students are answering short answer questions, you can decide how many characters they can use to answer. So you can have a limit of 200 characters, although 200 is fairly short. Most of the time we use 200 characters when you're maybe just including like one sentence. But if you want a small paragraph, maybe you can have something like 500 characters. And then if you want for the students to write for you an essay, you can have something like 3,000 characters, something like that, so that it is actually, you can let the students fully express themselves. So something like that, and then save and next. So you have finished setting up the first section of your course. You can go now and add another section. So once you're done with adding all the sections, now you can add continue on adding more data. So additional information, what will I learn? So what are you going to teach the students? So you can add here things line after line, like, okay, this is what you're going to learn in this course. So maybe let's say, for example, how to use the GFactored platform, like that. And then you need to add everything you want to add, put them in its own line. So how to use the GFactored platform. So how to like that. So you can include however many things you want to include, as long as they are on their separate lines. So target audience, so the same thing, you can have here teachers, doctors, lawyers. So decide what are your target audience, or you can even have something like or or everyone. And then the total course duration, since you have already created your course up here, you know how long the course will take. If you've included videos, you know how long each video takes. So you can just sum up everything and say maybe this course will take 3 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. Materials that are included in the course, and say you are giving them notes, you are giving them worksheets, workbooks, or everything that you are providing for them. You can include it here. So you can have videos, images, everything you are giving them. And then the requirements of this course, what would you want the student to have before enrolling in this course? So for me, I'd say something like a laptop, smartphone, uh, internet connection, then be open-minded. So it is up to you to decide what are the requirements or instructions for this lesson, and you can add whatever you want. You are the teacher, you know best. And then the tags. What is this? Where do you want your lesson to fall into? So you can decide exactly what you want to put here. So you can have maybe business idea, depending on like what you're talking about. So it is you to decide what you want. So it's as easy as selecting. If you don't find something that you are looking for in here, just text me, and then I will include it in here, and you can be able to find it. So just like that. Once you're done and you review your course, you see, okay, everything is set and everything is well. You can decide to save a course as draft in case you want to go maybe find more information, and you'll come back and add, so that it's not published, but you can continue updating until you feel like the course is ready for you to publish. In case you feel like it's enough and you are ready, you can click on publish. In case you made changes and you want to see the changes you made, you can click on preview, and it will open in a new tab, and only you can be able to see what your course looks like. So if I preview the course that I've created, this is how it looks like. Initially, I set it as free. I can go and change to put how much the course will be. So it will be, so for example, now if I close here and save it or publish, so if I publish here and now click on it, you will see now I said the course was $70, but I gave a discount, and then now the course is $50. That is 29% off. And this is now an overview of, even before someone enrolls in your course, they'll be able to see uh, who you are, what you're talking about, or what your course is all about. The level, I included all levels. Duration, 3.3 hours. Lecture, I have one lecture. So if you add more sections, it will include here how many lectures you are having. Subject that this one covers, it covers design tools and graphic design. And then the language is in English, materials included, it shows here. And then about the course, you put the description of the course, it will show here. The tags will show here. Learning objectives, how to use the GFactored platform, how to make money online, materials, requirements, target audience, and then people can be able to see the curriculum of the course. So they'll only be able to maybe see the introduction only, so that's why it is important for your introduction to be captivating and actually be a selling point for your course. Because you see, when they see the overview here, it will sell and show, okay, this is what this person or this course is all about. If they want to see other sections, they have to pay. You see, it has a lock on it, so they have to pay for them to see the other section. So you can be able to see how this now looks like. So when paying, someone can add it to cart or add it to wish list. As a teacher, you'll be able to see if someone has bought your course or has added to their cart or their wish list. So with that, I think now you have an idea of how you can be able to create a course, and you can see it is just straightforward. Now, with such information, you can easily go into like ChatGPT and give it maybe the topic you want, and then maybe a short description, and then include all these sections that you want, all the sections. And then ChatGPT will be able to create a course for you, and then your work will just be copy, paste, copy, paste. And you have all the sections catered out, and it will be easier for you. Maybe in less than 10 minutes, you have a full-fledged course that you can be able to build out and sell. So in case you have any questions on how to register, log in, become an instructor, and build your own course, you can ask. Or we can schedule and meet, and we can talk about it. What we are going to discuss next is maybe how you use ChatGPT to come up with now your course, and maybe the documentation that you'd require. So, yeah, see you there.